stop. A family shop. Think Thayer. Come on, let's get rolling. Come on, let's get moving. Think Thayer.
Yes, thought our team played very hard tonight. I thought we played together. We put together some stops and was able to get out in transition, and that's what I was looking for from our guys on the defensive end, was really how we can lock in on the defensive end and stay engaged for 40 minutes, and I thought we did a really good job of that tonight.
Obviously, you got off to the big start against them, and that kind of made things a little easier. Can you talk about the defense in that? What were you trying to do, and what made you so successful?
The thing we spoke about the whole time was getting off to a great start and not giving them any confidence. Let's take it away to start the game, and let's suffocate them. And once we get them down, let's keep them down, and no let-ups. No matter who comes into the game, I don't want to see any let-ups. We don't want to see any let-ups. And I thought the guys, who came in did a great job of keeping that going. So that was the difference in the game. But defense was really what I was focused on. Subbed a couple guys out who wasn't talking in the second half, because that's what I was looking for. That's what I want to see, our communication on the defensive end in transition. So, it's a lesson learned. And like I said, it's always great to learn a lesson in a victory.
And I hear you saying that you were focused on the defense, especially early, but can you talk a little bit about those are startling offensive numbers early. I mean, you couldn't have missed the ocean throwing it from anywhere.
The key for our guys really just knowing what they were going to come out in and what they were going to do. We figured they'll play man for a couple possessions and then go back to the zone, which they did, and we were able to share the ball. That was the thing. We didn't have just one guy taking all the shots. We were able to move the ball side to side, move the zone side to side, and able to attack the high post, also the low post as well. So we were able to attack them from all areas of the offensive end against that zone. So I was definitely pleased with the way we shared the ball.
And not only the sharing, but you got points from a bunch of different people in that half.
We had five guys in double figures tonight. So it's really good. That's what I'm looking for. Hopefully we can get 4 to 5 each night.
A concern in the second half, you didn't blow them out, but also didn't let them get back into the game. Are we looking at the glass half full saying we didn't let them back in, or is it half empty that, we could have?
I would rather have done more. But, at the end of the day, I tell you this all the time, 18 to 21-year-olds. Every time, you don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. The main thing is that we didn't let them back in the game. And that was my biggest focus was, let's see if we can, give everybody an opportunity to play today, and that was the thing. And our guys stepped it up on the defensive end. They're good. They can score. They can score. They shoot a bunch of threes. They average probably 30 threes a game that they shoot. We were able to hold them under their average. They only made 3 tonight. So this is a team who makes, I think, 11 a game. So it's a big difference. If they can hit 9 of those threes, the game is different right now.
Was it something different that you guys did on the perimeter?
Running them off the three-point line was our goal. We wanted them to take contested twos, and our guys did a good job of knowing their offense, went over to scout with those guys and how we wanted to guard and closing out hands high and run them off the three-point line. And we did a fabulous job of that tonight if they only made 3.
You guys obviously had a slow start to the season. Now, you put 3 together. What's the confidence like in the locker room? How's it changed?
Very confident right now. To start the season, we had 3 new starters in the lineup. And, Antoine DiMaggio started midway throughout the season. Antoine started the last 3 games of the season or something like that. And Ish started maybe 1 game all season. So you got to give them time to mesh, come together, understand how to play together. And once they get that, now you got to teach them how to win. And you got to win a couple of these close games so you'll kind of figure out a way to win. We were able to win against Murray State, Morgan State, and now today against Notre Dame. And the confidence is sky high, but, you can't get too confident, overconfident, and think going into this game, that was what scared me most was, our guys are too confident, too cocky, and thinking, we could take it easy now as Notre Dame, because that was the issue we had last year. This year, haven't seen it. So that's been good. We're headed in the right direction, and just want to continue to go and continue to grow. And Cincinnati's up next. It's a different animal right there when you're going down to Cincy and playing those guys, the size, the strength of that team, the press. We got to do a much better job against the press. And I thought we did a great job against the press. We turned it over in the half court. So against the press, we did good. It's once we broke the press and now we're running our stuff is where the turnovers came in. So, against Cincinnati, those are points. So we definitely got to do a great job of taking care of the ball against it.
Is this where you want your guys to be going into a game like Cincinnati?
I would rather be undefeated going into Cincinnati, but that hasn't happened. So, yeah, I'll take this. You don't want to be 0-7 going into Cincinnati and trying to play them. And, at least we can go in with some confidence and knowing that we can play. Last year we played a great first half, but, the game is 2 halves. If we could, stop at halftime, we might have beat them. So, but it doesn't work that way, and we got to go down to Cincy and just be ready to play and ready for that press and, that matchup zone that they play.
We also talk a little bit about the rebounding. You have the final advantage, 46-42, but for a lot of the game, they had the upper hand on the boards, and especially their offensive rebound.
Offense, 12 offensive rebounds is way too many. That's where I thought we lost focus and thinking we didn't have to box out. The previous games we put a body on someone and was able to box out and get those rebounds. I thought today we just thought, we can get the rebound without doing that, and that was a difference in the game for us.
When you played them last year and went to overtime, I think it was like the very first game.
Exhibition, very first game, yes.
And the team had played a different style of play before you took over, and you hadn't really had much of a chance to instill your own system. Is this sort of a measuring stick to say that compared to the way they did tonight versus the last time you played them, you managed to get them doing a lot of the things that you thought were important to do?
I thought last year we were a totally different team, different players, different understanding of the game. Strength. We weren't as strong as we are right now. It was so many things that was different with last year's team compared to this year's team. It is somewhat of a measuring stick, but they also lost a 25-point scorer, even though they have pretty much the whole team left, but their best player is also gone from that team. We also lose Spencer Parker, but I just thought last year's team, we were still learning everything, and we finally put it together in the MAC tournament. So it took us a whole season to actually understand, the teaching. And this year it was much easier because you had guys returning who knew the offense, who knew the defense, and they can teach the younger guys. And that's what's been happening. The older guys have been teaching the younger guys. Last year, everybody was learning, and no one can teach no one because I'm the only one who knows, me and the coaching staff who knows, and we're not out there playing. So that's been the difference so far from last year and this year, is the ability from the older guys to teach the younger.
You get the sense that the confidence of that tournament run last year has sort of given the guys renewed additional confidence this year that's carried over?
It has carried over. The work that they've put in since March when we lost to Akron. Guys been in the gym, been in the weight room. You see Ish Ali put on 20 pounds. DiMaggio Wiggins put on 22 pounds. Those guys are so much bigger. Ish can finish, even though he didn't do it tonight, but typically he finishes around the basket much better than he did last year. DiMaggio Wiggins the same way. He's finishing much better around the basket, and he's making his free throws. Last year that was a big struggle for him. Couldn't play him at the end of games because he can't make free throws, and you go into him and then he doesn't deliver. But so far this season, he's been doing a great job at the free throw line, and hopefully that'll continue throughout the season.
Suggesting him that, hey, you got to really, because he told me he took a lot of free throws over the offseason. You kind of suggest that's what you need to do.
Yes, we talked about that and changing routines. Getting into your habit, your routine that you do every time you get to the free throw line. You never change it. It's going to be some crowds that you got 10,000 people in there. Now you thinking about a routine. No, you have to have it down pat, knowing what you're going to do, how you're going to shoot it, and have the confidence and the ability to make them. And he's doing a great job on that, and, you know, that's all him. The work that he put in, he did it, you know. So, like I said, hopefully that'll continue throughout the season.